Hello. Today we're canning up green beans, as you can see. These are fruit fly, a week worth of picking green beans. I was going to do canning them last weekend, and then just stuff happened, so I'm doing it this weekend. So we've been picking for a week. Oh yeah, I have a pepper in there. Forgot about him. That's okay. But what I'm going to do, let me point you down here. I've already washed and sterilized my sink. I am aware of the fact that grosses some people out. Wash them however you want to wash them. I'm going to use some Norwex fresh produce wash. I just like this. I definitely prefer it over vinegar. And we'll get these washed. We're going to soak them, and then we're going to cut them up into French beans. Super easy to do. Okay, so we're back. Okay, so this is where all the fun comes in. Now we have to trim, and I need another bowl. Hold on. It was behind you. Okay. Where we're going to remove any of the blemishes, bits that we don't want. Now, if you wanted to, this is a point where you would, cut them in half to make them smaller. But because I am going to cut them French style, I'm not going to do that. We're just trimming the ends and the ucky bits off. So far I haven't gotten one with it. Oh, there's an ucky bit right there. Oh, and it was the end too, so that was perfect. Okay. I'm going to keep going doing this, all the good fun stuff. And we'll be back in like half an hour. Okay, so it's more like an hour later because of everything I was doing, but they're all trimmed, they're washed, they're cleaned, they've been taken care of. That one, that snuck by me. I'm just gonna throw that whole one out, but they're done. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next part, which is about as much fun as trimming them, but it's not too bad. It's fairly easy. But you know what? Your fingers don't get pruny when you're doing this part. So let's go over to the table. Okay, so you can see here my little device. I just clip it onto the side of my table. I used to put it on the side of my counter, but this house isn't designed for this type of stuff. For those who want to know, it's one of these. I think that side's a little easier to read. Just one of these. I found it off Amazon many years ago. And you just want to make sure you have a bowl underneath. You can kind of see it. I will bring you a little closer, but you just kind of make sure the bean catches, and yes, it's noisy. You can do more than one at a time. Then it gets clogged. Oh, I'm gonna fall off. Okay, I'll be right back. There we go. Okay. This is as close as I'm gonna get you. And all my cutting boards are in the dishwasher. Okay, anyway. You can see, very simple. So I'll be right back when I have this whole bowl done. It fits on the bookshelf. And I haven't finished loading this bookshelf up, so it's going to be used for cutting green beans at the moment. Did you really think I was gonna stand the entire time? No. But I'm about halfway done. And we've got, yeah, I may have to figure out the bowl situation in a minute, but that's okay. A little bit longer, a little bit longer. Okay, so now we have them, oh, I thought I had the right angle. So now we have them all cut up, as you can see. I switched them over to this bowl after I got a couple dirty dishes now to wash. But originally I wasn't going to blanch them. I was just going to raw pack them. But it's just not my thing. I don't raw pack my vegetables. I do blanch my vegetables. Dealer's choice, right? I blanch them just so that way they fit better in the jar. I know, it is what it is. We all do it differently. But I also don't blanch. I know they say to blanch them for 5 minutes, like green beans anyway. I don't blanch for 5 minutes. I might blanch them for 2 minutes. But I also cut them like super, super thin. So you don't want to cook that for 5 minutes, it'd just be mush. Okay, so we'll be back. I've filled this pot halfway full of water because of the large volume of beans. There's only half water, just so in that way it will not overflow. So I'm gonna get the water boiling, then I'll blanch these, and then we'll be back. All right, so we've got our beans blanched. I'm gonna need my ladle so I can scoop out the water because I use the water from blanching them to can them in. I'm gonna swap that around. I'm going to use a pair of tongs at first. Oh, look, and they're hot. Hot, fresh out of this can, out of the, whatever this thing's called, the dishwasher. Okay. I do have a slotted spoon as well. But just for some reason, I think at the start here, why are you being so difficult? There we go, we'll just do that. That works too. Just going to, you need to give these an inch headspace, which is where we're at now. I'm going to put some water in there. Debubble it again. And I'm not adding salt to mine. If you want to add salt, I believe it's half a teaspoon or a quarter teaspoon of salt, but I am not going to salt mine. I was going to do 2 jars with you guys, but I think I'm just going to do 1, just so that way I can kind of speed through what I'm doing here. Wipe the rim down. Put a lid on it. Ooh, put a different lid on it. Maybe, not that lid, this lid. There we go. And then into the canner. We'll be right back. Alright, so we have everybody in. I got 13 pints out of that, so that's pretty good for my this is the first canning of the year for green beans, so I will take 13 pints. Alright, so we're going to let this heat up, vent, put our weight on, we'll be back. Alright, so it's done venting. I'm going to put my jiggler on there, and I'm going to let it get up to pressure to my altitude. Mine's 10 pounds. Do whatever yours is. And we're going to can these for 20 minutes. So we'll be right back. Okay, they are done. The canner has gone off. I got to figure, oh, I'm going to set it there. Okay. I let it sit for 5 minutes. And now we're going to pull everybody out. I do need to pull it forward a little bit. And just so everybody knows, when I'm dragging this forward, I am lifting it and pulling it. I'm not just dragging it across the glass top. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? Look at that. Beautiful. I hate my focus on my camera. Okay. Just letting these ones sit here for the day, or the night, I should say. So I'm working on cleaning and putting away all those tomatoes. Goodness, my watch is just going off like crazy here. Did you hear that? Did you hear the pop? All right. Let's do this. It's going to move you. And, oh, look at that. There we go. Now it's focused. Look how gorgeous. They're beautiful. Just love canning French beans. I forgot to put vinegar. You can see. I forgot to put the vinegar in. Like, you can tell. Okay. So if you guys liked the video, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.